Moving to next slide. So now in the growth stage, right? So when it comes to the growth stage, we have different architecture now because the product is scaling. You are now like seeing a traction, good amount of users, paid users we are seeing. We had a monolithic architecture, I believe, and even like you mentioned in the initial stage, of course, there are small servers, so one server without load balancing, and then all the requests are coming there, right? It's a monolithic application. So now, like in terms of growth stage, how you see it, right? So now, of course, we're building the product. We need to, as you're seeing the users, the tractions. Now we can't go back and like throw it away everything and restart. That is not ideal way. So now we have whatever we have to build on top of it, right? Now when it comes to scaling. So what are the best practices one should follow when it comes to the growth stage? So considering like they have the initial version built. So what do you think? Like now in the growth stage, what are the focus areas?
Right, Praveen. So mainly we have to, once the version, minimum viable product or the initial version has been built, now definitely the product keeps on growing and different features or different enhancements are being added. So we have to follow certain deployment strategies. So before actually finalizing the new version, because the old version was a stable version and it was running in production from many months or from many days. And the new version, immediately we cannot actually replace with the old version as a whole like that, which will impact the things, though we tested thoroughly in alpha release or beta release. And so what we can do is, so we'll follow these deployment strategies. So this is what we call it as a blue-green deployment. So in blue-green deployment, what we do is, we take the beta release and so we actually eventually split this to blue and green. So blue will be as a part of, so we can choose anything actually, either blue or green. So the new version can be a part of blue and the old version can be part of a green. So that when I say the new version, the beta version is moved to blue and the old version is green. So the traffic will be moved to green. Now,
so
what we do
is kind of a stage release, right? If I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we do in this blue-green deployment is, this will be applicable for pre-prod and this eventually will move to prod also. In prod also this will be applicable. So in prod, how we do is actually, there is another scenario for canary testing. In prod, how we do is, so we'll have both versions at the same time, the old version and the new version. And so the new version, the old version will have certain amount of traffic, okay? And the old version also will have certain amount of traffic. So what will happen is, when we see that, so once we test thoroughly the new version, so then we'll make this new version to be the final version. So that means, what we say is, it's blue-green deployment, and the next slide we have is a canary deployment. This can be combined as a code actually. So in blue-green deployment or canary deployment, we split the traffic, and then we eventually see, say first we'll start with 10% traffic to the new version, 90% traffic to the old version. Then we started slowly moving to 20% traffic, then 80% traffic. So like that. So, and once we have all these things, and once we see that 20% traffic of the new version is working properly, then we promote that and slowly we make that as a final version. So in this way, actually, these things are being done. And yeah, initially this started with pre-prod, but nowadays actually even production environment has also been incorporating like these things.
Okay. So are there any out-of-box solutions available, or the AWS provides any kind of a blue-green deployment services, or like we have to write our own? For example,
yes,
like the traffic rule, right? 10%, 90%.
Yes, Praveen, actually, yeah. So if we take this, we can use this route 53, right, where we can divert the traffic with weighted balance. That is one thing. And another thing also we can use Istio as an ingress service,
right,
where we can route the traffic between the primary and the second. Right. I mean, between the old version or the new version. That way we can do.
Makes sense, yeah. So Istio is open source, if I'm not wrong.
Yes.
Okay. So I'll move to the next slide.
Yeah, this is also, as I was telling, this blue, green, and canary deployment can be combined.
Yeah, this is where actually the weighted load you have shown.
Correct. Exactly. Yes.